Just want to welcome everybody into another episode of the Fourth Down Podcast. Back at it with the usual crew: Luke, KC, John, and yours truly, Michelle. But without further ado, I know the NFL season is over, but that doesn't mean there's no more moves or any more news. And if you live under a rock, you wouldn't know of all the big news that happened today. Like, I want to say one of the biggest offseason moves so far is maybe Russell Wilson going to the Broncos. And even like hours before that, the biggest QB news was Aaron Rodgers signing an extension, and he didn't even have a whole day to live that up before Russell Wilson topped him. Like, what are y'all like reactions to just the news so far?
I'm not surprised, honestly.
Me neither. Honestly, I mean, like we knew that the situation with Russ in Seattle was kind of like deteriorating. I mean, he came back from the injury last year. I don't know what their final record was, but I know he finished under 500 for like one of the few times in his career. The relationship with him and DK Metcalf, I mean, you could see it on the field. It just wasn't looking right.
It was a good relationship. You know, Russell taught DK how to swim. Like, that's how good they were. Like, it was a close relationship.
That's what defines. Okay.
I know that's the line we're gonna use.
They were friends off the field. Like, I mean,
I'm sure they're friends off the field, but
taught him how to swim.
On the field, in my opinion, the chemistry. I mean, you could look at DK stats. In my opinion, the chemistry just wasn't looking that great. I mean, that's
because DK not the number one on his team. It's Tyler Lockett. Like,
yeah, you could say that. That's true because him and Russell Wilson have like the highest passer rating amongst each other in history or something. But I think the only surprise for me was that it was Russ going to Denver because I truly thought Aaron Rodgers was going to sign the deal and then something was going to get worked out and he was going to get traded to Denver because they hired Nathaniel Hackett, who he was the Packers quarterback coach or offensive coordinator. I can't remember which one. But so the thought for me was like, so Aaron Rodgers is going to find his way to Denver either this year or next year. Russ going to Denver? I didn't see that.
So do you think that lets you know that Elway feels like they can do it with Russ and not Rodgers? Because I just feel like whatever quarterback they were going to get, I mean, we could just look at it like how they look at it with Peyton Manning, you know. Yeah. And do you think it's going to play out like that?
I saw that the Packers were asking for like a lot. I think that's why the Broncos didn't do it because they were asking for like an arm, a leg, a head. They was asking for everything for Aaron Rodgers.
Probably like
it's Aaron Rodgers.
I mean, yeah, I get it, but
one of the best regular season quarterbacks of all time.
I really never had the feel that he was leaving, especially because I knew Green Bay was going to tag Devontae. So I knew if Devontae stayed, Aaron was definitely staying. Like,
sure, that's true. But because when the reports started coming out, like, oh, he wanted the $50 million, I was like, okay, if that's the case, he's going to have to leave because the Packers literally have no way of paying him that. But the fact that they did just tells me one of the Smith brothers, Zadarius or Preston Smith, one of them is going to go.
But not to cut you off, I never thought it was about, like, the money for Aaron.
I didn't either.
I thought it was all about the money.
I was about to say, now we see.
He could go wherever he want and get, like, whatever bag he want. I feel like for him, it's just like.
No, but he said it like 2 years ago. He wanted to be the highest paid quarterback. And now he's the highest paid quarterback in NFL history. But I don't know, with Russell Wilson going to the Broncos, that division is so stacked. So, like, he cannot make the playoffs.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I think that's the best division in football right now, the AFC West. You have one maybe mediocre QB, maybe.
The NFC.
The NFC West is still, in my opinion, the best.
What? You don't know what's going on with the 49ers. Jimmy G, if he's going to stay or go, right? Who's Seattle's QB? Geno Smith?
Hey, I
think Rams. You got Matthew Stafford.
I was about to say the Rams.
They top heavy, though.
You only got two good QBs in that division. That's Stafford and Kyler. But in the AFC West, my homeboy, Jay Herbo, Russ, and Derek Carr is above average or right at average, bro. He's
right.
Let's be realistic.
He's a little bit better than Jimmy G. I feel like
the 49ers defense is stacked.
Facts.
I was about to say, and I'm biased towards Trey Lance. I think he's gonna be great.
I mean, even if they start Trey Lance, like, you think he's gonna?
Right.
How far you think the 49ers is going?
Right, just run the ball. Jimmy G, like
I was about to say,
he won games with 100 yards, so Trey Lance can do that.
But
that defense ain't gonna be on that same level though.
It might not. It definitely might.
That year,
they might play harder for Trey Lance.
You never know because they still got Debo, Debo, Ayuk.
Yep. George Kittle.
A lot of young guys. Yeah.